Hey everyone, so we're back in the hand tracking template and we have it set up so when we press play we can hop into our game, and using the MetaXR application we can actually see our hands so we can use them as we want. In this video what we're going to do is we're going to set up teleportation so we can point and aim when we use our fingers, index finger, whatever you want really, you can switch it around. But we're going to set that up inside of our VR pawn, so we'll start by opening that up and we'll get it up and running so we can move around our scene. So first thing we're going to do is go to our motion controller right. I'm using the right because I'm right-handed. I find it more natural to teleport with that way. And then rotate with my left, which we'll cover in a different video. So motion controller right grip. We're actually going to select, motion controller right grip, Oculus XR hand right. We're going to add an arrow component. And this is going to act as a location or a reference point on our hand. So by default, we can't really access bones very easily. We can do it, but it's not very accurate. But in this case, we need a reference that we can use for our teleportation. So we're going to use the arrow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to -30 on the rotation by -94. As I found that's a good location in my hand mesh to get it working. You can play around with this and rotate it, change it, and do all of the fun stuff to get it to go in the right direction for you. Don't worry about using this arrow as a visual guide because it will be wrong. We're just basically using it as a location. So hidden in game, visible, I'm just going to set that to off. Let's rename this to teleport arrow. And then what we can do is we can go to our event graph and then we can find this section here that already exists for us, which is called input action move teleport. So start teleport trace, we actually want to replace this motion controller right aim with a reference to our arrow. So we just drop that over the top. And then we need to set up our inputs to account for our pinching of our fingers. So if we go to VR map, input folder, we see that we've got default. We can actually open this up. And in here we have mappings, and one of them is move. What we can do is we can go to the plus and we can drop down. And because we've got the MetaXR plugin enabled, we can do Oculus hand. And we can find our right index pinch. Actually, what I'll do is I'll use my middle finger. So Oculus touch right hand middle pinch. Then we hit save. So now if we drop back into the template, what should hopefully happen without any issues is that we can actually teleport around the scene by pinching our middle finger. So we pinch, we can see that it actually teleports, and that is because it hasn't compiled shaders. So we can pinch fingers. It works a little bit better on the index actually. So let's change that to the index. I'll just touch right index pinch. Seems a little bit more accurate because of the camera position. So when we're in, we can actually pinch. And you can see here now that we can actually use this to move around and then teleport around our level. So what we'll do in the next video is we'll look at actually using our left hand to pinch. Let's do like a pinch swipe so we can actually rotate around in a direction. And then we've got full movement for our level. Cool. Alright. So hopefully this one helped. And if you want to see more, make sure to check out the Patreon and YouTube members. Get access to all the files as well. And then if you want your name at the end, make sure to hop on over. But yeah, until next time, stay safe and I'll see you then. Bye.